24% of people around the world above the age of 15 are distressed by the feelings of loneliness that they feel. And that's how you can end up in situations where you're surrounded by people, but you still feel lonely. And in no time, you'll find the people you connect deeply with and you enjoy being around. When you know a day with them will be full of non-stop laughter, sharing deeply about your goals and where you want to go in life. Because those type of friends make you feel supported. Those type of friends root for you in life and you root for them. Those type of friends make you feel like you love your life and like your life loves you. Hi guys, welcome to You Are Unlocked, a place for all your holistic health and wellness needs to help you unlock a happier life. My name's Yuna and I'm so glad you're here. In today's video, I'm going to tell you how to fix loneliness and make friends with just 4 simple actions. Right now in life, do you feel like you love your friends and the people around you? That when you leave from spending time with them, you're actually more energized than before you met. And they can make you laugh for hours on end because your humors perfectly match. It's that real laugh where you laugh so hard your stomach hurts because of the jokes going back and forth between you two. And you can speak your mind freely and go on different rabbit trails because you don't have to pre-schedule what you're going to say to them. Your personalities just keep the conversation flowing. You know they're not going to dismiss you or belittle you when you have a new idea that they haven't heard before. Instead, they're going to help you understand your thoughts and get to the bottom of it because they see the heart of what you're saying. They're the type of people when you see a call from them on your phone, you actually answer it because you know it's about to be a good conversation rather than ignoring it or letting it go to voicemail. Your love for them is deep and you feel so blessed by the connection. At the end of the day, you think back to how you two spent your time together and how you just love life because they're in it. These kind of feelings, those type of connections, it's what we're all made for. We crave it because no one's made to be alone. We're meant to have people around us that we love doing life together with. And you definitely can have that. Even if you feel alone right now and like there's no one to turn to, or like you do have people to turn to, but you don't have those deep connections, you can change that. You can have the relationships and the friendships that you actually desire. People that understand you, people you can turn to. It's meant to be this way, and we're going to change that if you feel like you don't currently have that. I personally know how hard loneliness can be, especially as an adult. Because when you're growing up in school, everything is very organized. They have things for you to make friends, activities, and set times. So school is naturally a place where people are really open to making friends. But then you get to adulthood and there's no structure, there's no organization, and suddenly loneliness can hit and it can be really hard to know what to do. I personally felt this when I got a new job and I moved to a new city. It kind of crept up on me. I didn't really notice it too much at first because it was a new environment, so I had a lot of things that I was taking in. But then after some time, I started to recognize it and feel it. I would go to work at first and everybody was really nice, but I felt like I couldn't fully express myself authentically all the time because you're at work for work. So you keep the small talk small and you get the business done, right? I knew that I also wanted to make friends outside of work. And then loneliness really started to creep in. It felt like sadness. And then one day I was just in my bedroom and it felt like a whole wave of sadness mixed with really wanting to find people that I connect to and that I can enjoy time with outside of just my job. And it was weird. At the time, I did have housemates that would invite their friends over really often, and they would offer for me to hang out with them in different activities. And although they were all nice, they weren't mean. Part of me still didn't feel like I was really enjoying the connections that much. I had people surrounding me, but I still felt lonely. I had people at my work, people at my house when my housemates would have people over, but I still felt that feeling of being alone and that sadness. So loneliness isn't so much about having people around, I realize. It's about having authentic connections. So here's how to fix it. Because you're not alone in that loneliness feeling, even though it feels that way. And a Meta Gallup survey found that 24% of people around the world above the age of 15 are distressed by the feelings of loneliness that they feel. So it really is a global issue, but we can fix it, and here's how. Just do these 4 actions and in no time you'll be surrounded by people you love being around. And I know because it happened in my own life. Firstly, let go of people that you don't really like being around or people that you've outgrown. You can do that by just ending the connection, maybe with a conversation, a text, a call, or by distancing yourself. Because if you don't, you're basically pouring out your time, your energy, and your attention into something where you don't feel energized by it at the end. And that's how you can end up in situations where you're surrounded by people, but you still feel lonely. Maybe there was a time in your life when you and this person really connected well and you felt like you gelled well together, but now it isn't that way. It's okay to realize that a season with a person is over and move on, because loneliness isn't just about having people around. It's about being able to express yourself authentically. So if you're now in a different space than you were before, you expressing yourself might not match so well with the person you used to be friends with. So it's okay to realize that, hey, at that place and time in my life, this worked really well. But going forward, this friendship isn't what is best for me and for you. So it's okay to take a look at what we had and move on. In fact, you do not physically have enough time, energy, and attention. A study done in the UK found that on average, people speak to others for 4.5 hours a day. So if we only have 4.5 hours to speak to other people, and most people work roughly 9 a.m. until 5 p.m., let's say you spend 2.5 hours at work speaking to people. That means that you only have 2 hours left at the end of the day when you finished your job to spend on connections that are optional, to spend on friendships. If you only have 2 hours at the end of the day to speak with people that are optional and your friends, why would you spend that time pouring out into people that you don't really like or people that you're not really that aligned with at this point in your life? Okay, and once you've done that, you'll now have more mental space and capacity to do the second step, which is trying a new hobby or activity. As I said before, in order to not feel lonely, you need to feel like you're able to express yourself authentically and the other person can do that and you both enjoy the connection. But part of expressing yourself is understanding what you like versus what you don't like, because that helps you understand who you are. During a new activity or a hobby, you see sides of yourself that you didn't know before, and you're getting to know yourself, what you like versus what you don't like. This will help you recognize what you prefer in people and what types of people you prefer to be friends with as well. Plus, when you start a new hobby or an activity, you get to meet other people who also go there or join in with that. And you can find out whether those people are types of people that you want to be friends with. Maybe you could try hiking, painting, a sport, reading, or joining a group. You can even Google activities to do if you're struggling to find something. But don't just tell yourself you don't like it before you've even tried it. Give it a go first before making your decision about whether you like it or not. After you've started a new activity, you'll naturally meet other people and you can move on to step 3, which is inviting these new people that you've met over to your house for a meal. Even Oxford University did a research study and found that people feel more satisfied in their life when they have meals with other people. In the research, 76% of participants found that sharing a meal together was a good way to bring people together. So this is a great way to form connections and make new friendships. I know it can be hard and maybe a little bit nerve-wracking, but this is an active step that you're taking in order to express yourself more. Because when somebody comes over to have a meal one-on-one with you, you're giving them a sign that I don't want to be just acquaintances with you. I want to form an actual connection that's deeper than that. That way they can open up more one-on-one with you, and so can you. You can actually talk on a deeper level and find out whether you will actually be good friends and are compatible. I know it can be hard, but think about it. Would you rather be uncomfortable for a short period of time and then make friendships that you can have long term and enjoy long term? Or do what is comfortable short term, which is staying in friendships that you don't really like, but it's energy draining for an extended period of time as you extend friendships long past what they're meant to stay in your life for? Choose the fulfilling long-term friendships with just a little bit of uncomfortability at the start. And finally, the 4th step after you've hung out with them, journal how you felt once they've gone. Think about how you felt, what you liked versus what you didn't like, and note down your thoughts. I know it can seem like, oh, do I want to spend 20 minutes doing that? But as you do, you'll start to realize what kind of people you enjoy being around, what kind of personality traits, what makes you feel more energized, or what you don't necessarily like and what makes you feel drained. This will help you get to know yourself and also realize signs of people that you like to be around so that future connections that you try to make is a lot smoother. So if you can recognize from one interaction what you liked versus what you didn't like, and then think back to whether they showed those signs in the beginning, then when you're meeting new people, you don't have to go through the whole process. You can already recognize it, usually in the first interactions when you're talking to them versus later down the line when they're in your house and then you realize, I don't want to be friends with this person. For example, let's say someone comes to your house and then they're really mean to you and you realize that, hey, I don't want to hang around this person. If you take some time to journal when they've left, you can recognize that, and then you can also think about when you first met them. Did they show any signs of this? Maybe they were telling rude jokes, but because everybody around them was laughing, you didn't really clock onto it. Well, when you've recognized this and realized this, then you know that in the future, when you're trying to make friends with people, if they tell you rude jokes, that, hey, they're probably not someone that you're going to want to try and explore a friendship or deeper connection with. I'm telling you, that will save you time and energy, and the process of making friends will be so much more efficient. And in no time, you'll find the people you connect deeply with and you enjoy being around. They don't need to be the exact same as you in every single way, but you will feel energized after the interactions. Because you know you're an amazing person, that you're so funny, and there are people that need to hear your jokes so they can laugh too. That you have such an intelligent mind, and there are people that need to hear your thoughts so that you can explore them together. Because there are parts of you that want to feel connected, that want to feel like you deeply love the friends in your life, and you love it when they call you because your face lights up with excitement. When you know a day with them will be full of non-stop laughter, sharing deeply about your goals and where you want to go in life. Because those type of friends make you feel supported. Those type of friends root for you in life and you root for them. Those type of friends make you feel like you love your life and like your life loves you. It's what you're made for. Take the steps to create it. You can do it. And that's it for today, guys. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to release a practical video where we'll plan activities and phrases that you can use to make new friends. It will be full of practical tips and things that I've learned on my journey, and also things that I would recommend avoiding so that the process is smoother for you. So look out for that video and subscribe so that you're notified when it comes out. It's a pleasure to have shared this small portion of your journey with you.